Ding, ding. It will be at the sound of the soda opening. It will be 10:03 p.m. West Coast time. And 05:03 GMT on Thursday morning. Thank you for being here on cBas After Dark. It's been such, I feel like this is what I'm actually letting fall by the wayside as I try to sort of be a good teacher and this new job that I have, which I really like, this new job that I have. It's spectacular, but it's taking a lot of the life out of me that I used to devote to this show. This is a labor of love. I don't get paid for it, you know. I'm sure as hell don't get paid for it. And, you know, frankly, there are moments or times when I just, like, I probably, like you, don't have much to say. You just would rather not, you just would rather not. There have been many times when, like, I get off my last class at 9:45 and look at the clock and I'm like, I just can't. Just today, for instance. I mean, I don't know how I'm actually doing this today, except I got excited about something, but, tired and I want to watch the Big Bang Theory reruns and Modern Family and not really think. I want to rest my brain. Teaching can take a lot of energy, and I like it, especially, many of my students are emailing me. I will share an email with you later that is actually very sweet of them. One of my students wrote to me. Actually, multiple of my students write to me. But occasionally I get a really good one, and I got a really good one last week that I will share with you at the end of the broadcast. We cut off partway through last night, although it was interesting to see that we could actually do a rerun show, and people actually did not know. In fact, I think I had one live viewer, and sadly, my live viewer was actually texting me that about the topic. But the problem is I actually wasn't live, and as I reported to you, the storm actually did knock out a lot of electricity for a while. I don't know. I think that may be why the signal was initially really fast. But if you have ever been, sort of really tired and just not wanting to fuck with it, that's what happened last night. But tonight, I do have a lot of good things to do. Here's what we're going to do. Jingles. I've done this before. This is not a new thing for me, but I really enjoy going to YouTube and just seeing what old jingles they have. And tonight, we're going to start with the Disney Channel. Let me switch screens and let you see what I see, because we may do something later that is actually interesting, too. I may do a couple of the old AT&T films again. Usually I reserve those for Nerd News Monday, but I feel like that's more of a, I don't know. I feel like that's actually more of a MediaWatch thing than a Nerd News thing, so I'm going to do that. But anyway, let's go ahead and switch screens here, too. The Disney Channel promos that I have lined up here. And let's just have some fun. I really feel like if you ever, well, here's how I will start. I will say there are times when, in our history, when we did not have cable television. Shocking, right? I know. Obviously, this is a hard-hitting statement that I'm making here that is not easily accepted by many people. But the thing is, yeah, there was a time when we did not have HBO. And there was a time when we had Disney Channel, but it shared a channel, like it was only 12 hours a day, and the rest of the time the Arts and Entertainment Network, which was also a 12-hour-a-day channel, was, they kind of shared a channel. They literally, at 7 p.m., the Disney Channel program, or no, I guess the Disney Channel went until like midnight, when they were sure no kids were watching any longer. And then they would switch to like the Arts and Entertainment Network, and it was interesting. And Nickelodeon did this for a while. Other channels used to do this too. But old TV promos, jingles, and idents on MediaWatch Wednesday on cBas After Dark. I feel like I should probably really do this promotional stuff before I actually hit here, which is too tired or don't think about it. And the truth is, I should. So I will get better at this. But if you are just tuning in now, you are in for quite a treat. Let's switch to the Disney Channel thing here. Let's see here. How can I switch to the Disney Channel thing? It does not want to switch. Here we go. Yes, it does. Disney Channel 1986, the year I believe the Disney Channel started. Let's see. These are promos from the Sneak a Peek weekend. Disney Channel on the air. Like, I just want the initial. Oh gosh, I have it stored, but I actually don't have it, the name of it that I can look it up again on YouTube. Disney Channel premiere, maybe. You know what? No, just Disney Channel promos. And I want the oldest possible one, so that means not anything in 2000. 1986, let's say. Yes. Promos and featurettes. There it is. I'm almost sure this is it. Sure. Hold on. Let's just look at what we have here for a second. Because I have a feeling the one I will see will suddenly hop out at me as one I recognize. All of these were uploaded 8 months ago. How interesting. All right, well, let's try this one. I have one in mind, and it's going to kill me if I can't find it.
Coming up next, Michael Redgrave gets a lesson on the importance of being earnest.
That sounds great! And now... Do you see that thing swimming round and round? Yes. Maybe we could reach in and make it drown. You were sneaking up upon it carefully.
Okay, this is not the one I wanted. Like, if I go Disney Channel jingle. Like 1986. Come on, where is it? Oh, man. Okay, let me just try Googling that. Because I can sing along with it if it's the right one. And I mean, that's the one I got excited about that is the reason I'm even here. Disney Channel premiere jingle. Here comes the new reality. Oh, God. God dang. I downloaded even, but it's not in. Driving me nuts. All right, well, let's do something else then. Nickelodeon promos. Nickelodeon promos. Classic promos. All right, let's see what these are. That, by the way, was the original logo for Nickelodeon and the original jingle package. Nickelodeon. It was. And I love it because the silver ball is their logo, and you can kind of actually see it interacting. Look around. Oh, there's actually words to this. And you know this is old school because did you catch the touch tones? Those DTMF tones? Hold on. Wait. There it was. So I like singing along. If you can find a world of magic, look around, look around, look around. All right. Silver ball in the air, let it glow everywhere. Niccolo, 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 here we go. Nickelodeon. That's a pretty good one. I remember that one specifically from when I was watching. I remember this one too, because this was the second version of their logo. Right? It was not the original silver ball anymore. It was this particular font. Say ho, yeah, yeah, Nickelodeon. On the Lord of Shivalati, on the Lord of Shivalati, on the Rickety Low while living #1 Nickelodeon. I remember that one as well. That's also another classic from when I was a child. Oh, wait. Here's some 1983. So Nick was earlier on the air than I thought. I thought it was 86.
Now you can shake up the big summer fun with the ViewMaster Light Up Light Stick. Bend it.
The ViewMaster Light Up Light Stick.
All night long. The Light Up Light Stick is fun by itself. You can also buy it with an inflatable night ball, with a light up night diver parachute, or with this light up whistling night flyer.
Really awesome. Wow, look at that.
There are lots of ways to play with ViewMaster Light Up.
I like that. Wouldn't you love to have those like toys that go with your light stick?
When the sun goes down. This is Nickelodeon. Coming up next is...
Oh, these titles. Look at these, the text on the screen here. Oh my God, there was a flash of a WGN 720 AM commercial. Wow.
And skill and strategy, Stratego brain awaits you. This week on You Can't Do That on Television, Moose and the gang look at medicine, rules and regulations, and the world of the future. Watch You Can't Do That on Television Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
And I love this also because you can see there's actually 4 times that they give. So, I mean, even in 1983, the TV networks were asking not really to do the math, right? They provide you the times, but they didn't have 2 feeds that you could just subtract an hour. You know, you could say like a TV network on, you know, broadcast would say, you know, it's at 9, 8 Central. That means they have 2 feeds. They do it live for the East Coast at 9, 8 Central, and then they do it again at 9 Pacific time, which is 3 hours later, and that is 10 o'clock Mountain time. So for the Mountain people, we never get mentioned. You just have to add an hour to the kind of overall time, I guess. So when you see 9, 8 Central, you have to think 1 hour ahead instead of the 8 Central that you see there. But anyway, it's weird being a TV viewer in this time zone, the Mountain time zone, because, and I think George Carlin even mentions this in one of his much lesser known comedy bits, but he says something like, the morning news is always, starting national news is always on at 7. But in many cities, the evening news, like the late evening local news, is on at 11. But in the Mountain time zone, it's 10. Somewhere somebody's getting an extra hour of sleep, he said. I'm pretty sure that was Carlin. And I always thought, God, that's interesting, because I grew up in a world where there was no such thing as the 11 o'clock. Most people don't think about that. They think of, 11 o'clock news. Now, I've lived since then. I have lived in places where the late local news was on. And the primetime news is on at 10. But in the case of the Mountain time zone, prime time is until 10 o'clock. Until, I guess, even 9 o'clock. Prime time is like 7 to 9. And then the primetime local news is on from 9 to 10, and then the late local news is on 10 to 10:30 or 10:35. Blah blah blah. Right? Real interesting. I'm glad. I bet you're glad you're watching me do time math for 30. You continue watching promos here from these channels. If you have one, by the way, the number is here. 310-776-5869 is the phone number. I was going to say here, but then I decided to look at these other ones. Old Disney Channel ID montage. Well, with this is kind of what I wanted to see originally and couldn't find, but I don't think this is the right one. Let's see. Come on, baby. Old Disney Channel ID montages, 80s and 90s. Well, that's certainly close, but it doesn't want to play. Here we go. Man.
Don't cut any corners.
I like that logo with the 4x3 gears. That's just classic, you know. I was never a fan of Goofy. Dun, 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 dun. All right, that is the logo and the music package I am talking about. Now, I'm not just talking about a promo. No. When I talk about a package, realize this. I mean, I get worked up about this shit, but I'm serious. Like, I get very excited because, how do I describe a package? I mean, you kind of know what it is. If you've seen any of the NBC sets of, you know, jingle music, right? Come home to the best, only on NBC, right? There was, when you talk about that song, that particular era, I guess it would have been like 1987, I think, for NBC, who sang that. Only on NBC. Like, it was the era of Golden Girls being new, and I want to say like Different Strokes being kind of on the air for a long time, like Facts of Life, that kind of thing. Mid-80s. Mid to late 80s. And they had, you know, the 3-minute version of that song, and then they had a 1-minute version of that song. And then they had a 30-second version, and a 15-second version, and a 10 and a 5-second version. They had a 5-second version of the same melody, right? Dun, 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 dun. In fact, that's all it was. But then they didn't just have all those different time lengths. They also had the vocal, where the people were singing the whole time, the donut, where the people sang at the beginning and end and left a part in the middle for announcer talk, and then they had the plain instrumental version, where there was no singing at all. This is what I mean by a package, right? All these you can make, you know, if you just want a 5-second thing with no singing, you can say, come home to the best, only on NBC, in your announcer's voice, or, you know, come home to the best, only on TV4, you know, if it's a local station, right? But affiliated with that network. So that's a package, right? All of those parts, all of the lengths, the different types of them, where there's sometimes singing, always singing, no singing, that's a package, right? Those packages are like from like marketing companies and production companies that do them. Like, we're talking minimum 3,000 to 5,000. Probably back then about the same, actually. Like, it was thousands and thousands of dollars your station had to spend for this thing. But I think it's like buying into a McDonald's franchise or something. Then it gives you access. When you're an affiliate, you get access to all these things for maybe even free. Like, for instance, if you were an NBC affiliate for music, but for $3,000, you could have their music sung with your call letters or something, right? You could have it kind of station personalized. I have done radio or podcast things before on the Collective, where if you know what that is, you know what that is. If you don't, then you don't. But of just jingles. I did them in Mexico when I was living in Mexico. God, it's been a year already since I did these. And they talk about many of the same things. But so we talk about the Disney Channel, the different iterations of the Disney Channel, just the channel itself, right? When it was brand new, and its main theme tune was Zippity doo dah, dun 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 dun. Now you don't hear them say zippity doo dah, zippity yay, but it's kind of their signature music for the very first iteration of the Disney Channel. That curved TV shape with the Mickey ears in the middle, like kind of lines behind it, like, and also the gleam and twinkle. This effect here, when you can see the gleaming and the twinkling, God, I'm a sucker for that, because that is indicative of a in time on television, not just for Disney Channel, but kind of for all channels, because this was a big deal to be able to do that. And listen again.
The Disney.
Okay, they actually even had an announcer on the tail end of that, but that was a tag. Like the actual thing was like a, how long was that? 5 seconds of just instrumental? Let's see. Let's play it again. So this is the 10-second version. Like 9 seconds. Okay. The Disney Channel. God, I always wanted to be that guy. The Disney Channel. I can't help it with this stuff. I'm such a sucker for this shit. I like the little Mickey hand being chased by the Disney Channel logo. All the different Disney Channel. It's like the Disney Channel logo museum. High level, 75 cents, ready. I'm trying to look at this with the eyes of a child. Like, when you're looking at it, do you know what you're seeing? Do you know why you're watching it? Like, oh. That's kind of cute in a very retro way.
Aisle 4 is now open for checkout.
And some of these I've not actually seen. I don't recognize this one, for instance.
I have a coupon here for everything.
Ah, he got a TV dinner with the Disney. I love that. The TV dinner is the Mickey head shape. God, I would buy those. I love it. The train one. That was tremendous. It's almost like they're trying to make fun of the Nickelodeon logo there. Did you notice that? Maybe I'm completely dreaming and high, but I feel like that one could have been a dig at the Silver Ball Mickey or the Silver Ball Nickelodeon logo. Because do you remember the promos we watched? If you didn't see the promos we watched maybe 5-10 minutes ago, go look at them. The old Nickelodeon logo was a silver sphere pinball, and that one was 9/10 silver sphere. Almost saying like the Disney Channel's better for your kids to watch than Nickelodeon. There's no way that could possibly all be in there. But I could see that maybe happening, so I don't know. That's cute. I like that. Little maze. Awesome. Mickey pancakes, which I've had. See, that's the shit I'm a sucker for. I like that one too. Any of them where they're playing with the design of their universe, like, you know, they're kind of. I just feel like even the logo kind of mocks the 4:3 TV shape and aspect ratio. You know, trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. Shavings, and now it fit. Okay, I love it. Okay, love it. The little toy train thing. That's cute too. All right, I'm going to play a couple of these other ones, not the Disney Channel UK. Disney IDs. Oh, what was the one? I like these comments, by the way. Several thoughts I have on these. If I were a kid and saw that glove running through the hallway, I'd have nightmares. Yeah, whatever. Kids today will never know what it was like growing up during the 80s and 90s. Well, that is true. Some of these are from Betamax tapes. That the sound may be on only one side for some bumpers. Interesting. From a beta tape. Wild, right? Disney Channel sign-on, maybe. Is this it? No, it's only 19 seconds.
This is the Disney Channel. We invite you to share the magic of this day, dedicated to the finest in family entertainment. Welcome to your family place.
Okay, well, that was good. I really liked watching that, but it was not what I was looking for. Although I was glad that that's actually on YouTube, because now I need to add that to my collection. I want to go back. I swear to God, if I can just show you what I'm aiming at here. Here's the sign off. All right, featuring Epcot at night before 24-hour transmission. It was not a sign on or a sign off. What I was seeing was a promo, and I remember because the phrase in this promo is call your cable operator, or more information is available from your cable operator, or something like that. Like it specifically says call your cable operator to get the Disney Channel because it's not a thing yet everywhere, you know? And that's specifically what I'm digging for. So if you're wondering, that's what I'm searching for. Here's the sign off, which is also very 83 and very cool. Very retro. The Disney Channel wishes you a wonderful tomorrow. And remember, you always have a place to... Okay, did you catch that? This is your family place, right? The place you always have to turn to. Listen again. Disney Channel wishes you a wonderful tomorrow. And remember, you always have a place to turn to. Your family place. The Disney Channel. And now... Good night. We're going off the air. Like, you no longer have us to turn to for 12 hours because we're now signing off the fucking air. So, again, I feel weird about that one in that reason because that's one of my favorites for that reason. Like, the Disney Channel wishes you a wonderful tomorrow. And remember, you always have a place to turn to. I guess they can't say you have a place to turn to for 12 hours a day. But at the same time, like, I feel like, I wish they would say that. Here's the HBO sign-off, which is also classic, but this is not maybe vintage Disney Channel. I'm trying to see if I recognize any of these thumbnail sketches because the one I want to see is the one I want to see, and the other ones are not the one I want to see. Although some of these are spectacular. Okay, I'm going to do this, the HBO sign-off. While we're talking about sign-offs, let's do this here. And we'll do the Nickelodeon sign-off as well, because it's good. This is HBO signing off the air, right? Okay, so what year? It doesn't say what year. It just says there was a time when HBO was not 24/7. This is what they played when signing off. If you've ever seen the cBas channel, you may recognize this. Oh, man, I should not have clicked full screen, because then it sends it back to me. It's almost as if it doesn't want me to show you this, but I'm going to show you this. Let's try it again. The HBO sign-off from, I think, 1979, possibly even longer ago. Here we go. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Ding, ding, ding. And then here's the Nickelodeon one, signing off the air before 24 hours a day. This is what happened at the end of the night. Come along, a world of magic. Come along, come along, come along. We can make the world your friend. Silver ball in the air, see it glow everywhere. I mean, look at how classic that is, you know? Like, that is really very vintage. Disney Sunday movie. Here, let me do Disney Nighttime. This may have been one of the things that initially got me excited about logos and jingles and shit in the first place. This was when you subscribe to the Disney Channel. This is kind of their switch to more slightly adult programming. Not adult, but stuff for adults instead of for kids. What are we looking at here? Rainbows and weird shit.
Next, Mermaid Night continues on the Disney Channel. First, Tom Hanks falls in love with a beautiful mermaid in Splash, co-starring Daryl Hannah. After that, Esther Williams is the $1 Million Mermaid,
followed by the Great American Wilderness. Tonight, on the... Dun, 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 dun. And now, our feature presentation. All right. So I'm not going to be able to find the Disney thing tonight that I wanted to show you. But now that I'm on the feature presentation thing, let's do some of those because these are also really badass to watch. We're doing Disney Channel, right? Early Disney Channel. Let's do HBO feature presentation. I have done the big famous space one before. So let's try and go earlier than that. HBO feature presentation. I will switch the screen so you can see here. Of course, I can't spell presentation, but fuck. Okay, here's the good one. This is the good one from the HBO account, uploaded 7 years ago with 1.3 million views. And I have shown also the behind the scenes of this, by the way, which we should look at, but we're not because I've done it before. Oh. I know I can't shut up during these, but I'm going to shut up during this. Here we go. All right. Here's the one everybody talks about. Sometimes they say the HBO Space Station or HBO in Space, but that's the one from 1983. 65-piece orchestra did that music. And here's a trivia question for you. Which piece of that compilation was CGI? Which was computer generated and not photographed optically with some camera? I'll give you a second to think about it. If you have an answer, you can actually text this. Maybe I won't release it. Maybe you get to watch the documentary that's behind it. You could probably just ruin it now or learn the answer yourself by watching this documentary. It's worth watching. It's only 10 minutes. Type in HBO behind the scenes 1983 logo, and you'll probably find it. I will watch that 24 hours from now, though, on this channel. So I'm going to remember. I'm going to write down to do this. But yes, this is the trivia question of the night on cBas After Dark. Which part of the 1983 world famous opening introduction thing was CGI? The music was not in any way digital. It with 65 people playing 65 instruments, with a conductor, and the conductor's name Ferdinand J. Smith, I think. The reason I know that, I know a lot about that particular 90 seconds. Okay, I'm going to stop talking about that one, but let's do some other HBO. Actually, I have some other channels I want to do them from. When Showtime did its thing that said feature presentation, it had some amazingly good ones. And the one I'm thinking about is when they were it's the Excitement one, right? Showtime Excitement. Excitement promo. Here we go. $1984, about the same period.
Presenting Showtime.
God damn it, I wish it would load. Let's watch this again here.
Presenting Showtime Cable TV.
Showtime Cable TV.
We make excitement. Showtime excitement. Showtime TV with some real excitement. We make excitement. Showtime excitement.
Okay, that is tremendous. Here's what it used to look like before they got fancy. That was actually them buying the song.
My friends, what has made America great?
Okay,
Our
wait.
foreign policy?
I don't know when I'll be playing this. Hold on. This is just something. Here we go. Era, because it's the Showtime Excitement thing. So maybe we'll hear that song. Come on, play. Oh, okay. So yeah, the promos were an instrumental version of that Excitement song. Let's play this here. I want you to get a feel for what it was like in 1986. Elton John breaking hearts to on Showtime. No announcement. Tonight on Showtime at 11:30, Two of a Kind, rated PG, followed at 105 by That Championship Season, rated R. Tonight on Showtime, Excitement. That's the longest I've ever heard that before. Following Showtime presentation is closed caption. Okay, good for the hearing impaired. That's one of my favorite ones, and it doesn't even have the music. Let's see. Does this one have the music from the, because they have a sort of era of promos on Showtime that I'm on as well. And you're kind of getting some taste of it, but...
You're watching Showtime. Coming next, a paid cable exclusive that won't be seen on HBO or Cinemax.
Wow.
The Starship Enterprise returns to the Genesis planet for Star Trek III, The Search for Spock. Next on Showtime. We've got great news for Paper Chase fans. I never cancel club. That's right. Professor Kingsfield's class is in session again.
There we go. This is the promo I want to show you. Coming up here. Oh man, like, of course, I get it. I hit full screen and it comes back to me. Fucking Google software, man. I swear to God, it makes all this great communication possible, and then, like, right when I have a thing to show. Okay. But this is the era I'm talking about. When I get excited, it is stuff like this that is the reason why. If I can't play you just as minimal of the previous shit as possible.
For Invasion USA, only on Showtime.
Here we go. This right here.
This is a Showtime exclusive movie presentation.
Excitement. See, okay. That right there, that alone is like really, again, when I talk about one of the sets of things, it's not just about, or that melody, that tune. Like I never really cared about the original song. I don't even know what the original. I mean, was that original to Showtime? I thought it was like the Supremes or something that they had redone. Maybe I'm completely hallucinating that. But they had a whole package of them, right? One for kids' movies, one for movies, one for original shows or specials or concerts or sports events, all that shit that they used to do on like Showtime. And the one I'm going to show you now is another one from that same package. It's going to be Showtime After Hours. Because, I mean, we're not going to see anything pornographic, obviously, but we are going to see, where is it? Here we go. After Hours bump from the 80s. Okay. You're going to see the same, part of it. Like, we head through the O in Showtime. Now we're traveling through a light tunnel, and shit's coming past us, and then a word by us. I mean, I don't know why I analyze this so much, but it's fun for me. All right. We may even see 2 Showtime After Hours things, because this was the thing about Showtime, right? Everybody knows at 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, maybe some good shit would be on Showtime. Here we go. Colorful light tunnel. Man, this is not loading. It's really the same animation, but with different music, and now this is a Showtime After Hours presentation.
The following film has been rated R, restricted by the motion picture industry's rating system. Showtime recommends that children under 17 view this picture only in the company of an adult. Because of its subject matter, this particular film will be presented by Showtime only after 10 p.m., 9 Central.
All right. So there we have it. And let me show you the other one, because I think I saw a different one. Come on. No. Go back. This is the second one, I think. And I think it looks slightly different. So let's see what it is here. Yeah, this is much earlier.
The following film has been rated R, restricted by the motion picture industry's rating
Same
system.
voice guy.
Showtime recommends that children under 17 view this picture only in the company of an adult. Because of its subject matter, this will be presented by Showtime only after 10 p.m., 9 Central.
This is when you knew you were onto something really good. I like this film logo. Brent Walker Group, BW. That music was from. All right, let's see. Some of the Showtime promos from like '83. Back when it had this kind of also, it was a silver ball with. This was almost a combination of the Disney Channel and Nickelodeon logos.
Monday,
A silver ball with the 4x3 TV in the middle of it.
On the upswing in my favorite year.
I'm not an actor, I'm a movie star!
Followed on Tuesday, December 3rd.
Let's see here.
Time comedy.
All right, turn for Showtime, Showtime brings TV.
There's another one. You know what? I don't think I've ever even heard that one. I want to hear it again.
We certainly are, and so will you. All January long with Showtime comedy.
All right, turn for Showtime, Showtime brings TV.
Wow, I love that. Makes TV. All right, let's see here.
The following Showtime series contains mature subject matter. Showtime recommends viewing only by mature audiences. And now, Showtime presents The Best of Bizarre.
The Best of Bizarre. Isn't that trippy? Okay, I didn't even know what that was. Like, what the fuck was Showtime Best of Bizarre? All right. Let's see here. I want to go back because I actually feel like there are other good ones too. For instance, the adult thing made me think of on TV transition. All right. The adults only, maybe. Here we go. Yes. All right. I love this. I don't know if I've showed this before or not. I don't want to play the ad, so I'm going to skip the ad that I think is about to play and let you be spared the ad. But here's what we're going to see. If you are as familiar with me, maybe you are not as familiar with me about, you know, the history of television, but the whole night tonight has been kind of before cable, right? So there was a time prior to cable when TV stations transmitted a signal through the air and you picked up that signal and that was it. And so you had rabbit ears and that was it. You didn't have a cable box and you didn't have a cable necessarily even coming to your house probably. But during that time, there was a chance to get subscription television over the airwaves. They transmitted on an actual TV station, but they would take, like, you know, one of the lowest TV stations, like a UHF station in a market, and starting at 7 p.m., they would change over and they would become on TV, right? In fact, let me show you. This is the transition of Channel 15 in Phoenix from going from, it's like, you know, Gomer Pilot to actually doing the subscription television. And they had a scrambler, and you had a box that you would turn on, and it would de-scramble the semi. You remember how scrambled channels used to, you could hear them fine, and you could sort of see okay if you were okay with getting a headache. That's what scrambling used to be. Let's look up on TV transition before I start. I will let you see the KNXV. I think it is this first one here. So I'm going to switch the screen, let you see what I'm seeing, and tell me this isn't like, oh God, just a relic from a time before. I love this shit. There we go.
At this time, Channel 15 ends its commercial programming schedule. In a few moments, our on-TV subscribers will be seeing exclusive first-run motion pictures, uncut and uncensored, as well as live sporting events and other special programming available only to our on-TV subscribers. This is KNXV-TV, Channel 15, Phoenix.
All right. They show their logo fades to black. Now we have black. Now imagine watching this. Like, what's going to happen? That's what happens. The scrambled signal starts. And then it descrambles suddenly, and you have a picture. But a different station. Not really a different station, but like a different service. Got off the air. This is a carrier signal that is scrambled instead of an absence of signal, right? An absence of signal gives you shh. So this is a carrier signal that is being sort of messed up in some way that regular people cannot. Ah, okay. Now you recognize this.
Is our transition to the scrambled mode. Welcome to On TV. The following motion picture has been rated PG by the Motion Picture Association of America. On TV recommends that parental guidance be exercised in viewing this film. Please consult your viewer's guide for more specific details.
All right, so now the movie starts, okay? This is the switches from your TV station, fades off the air, and on fades this new service where if you paid some money, $3.95 a month or something, you can get channels and, you know, movies that have no commercials and have the swear words intact, that kind of thing, maybe some nudity. But then imagine you can imagine the concept: broadcast channel and broadcast channel scrambled. Now we have broadcast channel scrambled one, like a second, even more scrambled channel, right? Where you have to pay more. And what is on that? Yes, you can imagine. I guess what we now today refer to as softcore porn. Take a look at the other relic. We'll probably finish with this tonight, but this is a really good one. On TV, adults only. Okay.
This is On TV, subscription television, Chicago.
Yeah, it was only in some markets. Phoenix, LA, Chicago. I don't think it was in Tucson when I grew up here.
On TV now presents Adults Only, an optional programming service intended strictly for mature audiences. The matter includes material of an adult nature which may be objectionable to some viewers. For this reason, the service is available only to those subscribers who have requested the Adults Only option and who pay an additional charge of $4.95 per month.
Not bad.
If you would like to order our Adults Only optional pay service, in addition to the on-TV programming you now receive, call 693-9200 between the hours of 9 a.m. and 8. Now, for those of you subscribing to Adults Only, stay tuned for this evening's special feature.
Okay. Now at least we know we're going to see some porn, right? No, not yet.
TV will now be presenting its optional programming. Immediately following the Adults Only option, On TV will resume its regular program schedule.
Okay, now here comes the porn.
This is On TV, subscription television.
Well, they had to do an ID. Now it's going to be the porn, right? Okay, so now here's going to be the porn. Oh my God.
We're now viewing our transition from On TV's regular Adults Only On TV's optional service. Our specially selected feature will begin shortly.
Okay, now has got to be the porn, right? Oh my God. Wow. The world of... Okay, rated R. So even this was sort of not what we consider all that racy, and yet they'd had 2 layers of scrambling to prevent anybody from seeing it unless they had paid a whole bunch of money. Okay. Well, we couldn't get to the Disney thing I remembered that I wanted to do, and the reason for that is I didn't really plan it. I just got excited about things. Like, you know what I haven't done in a while? Is go on cBasAfterDark and actually do old promos and jingles and cable identifications, and so that's the stuff that I decided to do tonight. And I was glad I did, because God, what great fun! And maybe I'll do it again. I'll do part 2 next week, because next week, as I say, the one I was looking for and could not find of the Disney Channel, it's like 5 minutes long. I have it stored on a storage device. I have downloaded it, but I just didn't know the keyword to look it up again on storage device is not with me. So I'm going to dig it out. I'm going to bring it to you next Wednesday here on cBas Media Watch Wednesday, or maybe even tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow we'll do that. We will do that. We will do the HBO in space behind the scenes thing. And again, the question for the HBO in space behind the scenes trivia is the following. Which part of that HBO logo where it's flying through space and we're going over Mars and coming out of the guy's window, which part of that was computer generated imaging? Not not an old analog special effect, not something filmed on a camera, on a tripod, physical in the universe. Something that was completely computer generated. Which part of the 90 seconds HBO in space 1983 promo? We know it's not the music. The music is a 65-piece orchestra or something like that. But which part of the filming, and not analog, which part of it is CGI? You can text the number on your screen, 310-776-5869. That is 310-776-COONS. You can call the number, leave a voicemail, and I will get the message. And if you are a winner, I don't know what you will win, probably something very small, if anything. Maybe just the ability to say you won something on cBas After Dark, right? I'll try and find a prize, though. If you can really come up with an actual answer, I will buy some kind of, 12-pack of soda or something like that, or a 6-pack of beer, maybe, if someone is so inclined. But I feel like this is an interesting question, not an easy question, not easy to care about in the first place, much less know the correct answer to. Which part of 1983's HBO in space promo is CGI? That is the question, and we will look at the behind-the-scenes thing of it next week or tomorrow night, 23 hours from now. We will look at promo that I could not find online, because I will have that, and then we will do some AT&T like films, old AT&T films that the public relations department at the phone company in the 60s and 50s even were producing. I wish I could get work doing that shit, because man, the budget those people clearly seem to have is not small. Anyway, all right, that is After Dark. It is now 11:03 almost, and it is almost now 06:03 GMT on Thursday morning. Have a great night from cBas After Dark.